Discover the natural power of ashwagandha, an ancient herb known for its healing properties. For over 3,000 years, ashwagandha has been trusted to reduce stress, increase energy, and improve focus. Our ashwagandha is carefully grown, harvested, and processed to retain its maximum potency. Each root is hand-picked and dried, then ground into a pure organic powder, ensuring the highest quality. Simply mix 1 teaspoon into your favorite beverage or take it in capsule form as prescribed by a healthcare professional. Whether you're looking to balance your stress levels, boost your immune system, or enhance mental clarity, ashwagandha offers a natural solution. Experience the benefits of ancient wisdom backed by modern science. Trust nature. Trust ashwagandha. Go get this product at blackhotfirenetwork.com at the Sports and Nutrition Store.
Good afternoon, family. Hope you guys are doing great today. 6 minutes past the top of the hour, and welcome to another episode of the Africa Today Show. My name is Joby. To those who are here for the first time, and our returning listeners, I hope you guys are doing great. Your day is amazing so far. Mine has been amazing. Literally, can't wait to wrap it up. Just literally can't wait to wrap it up, go home, and have a good time. But in the meantime, we're here. We're going to be talking about how America is facing weapon shortages. And of course, we've seen Trump extending the ceasefire time, literally, because he had threatened yesterday, he had threatened Iran, if they don't cease fire, they're going to start dropping bombs in Iran. But apparently, he extended the ceasefire time, and most of the people are saying that this is because America is running short of weapons. So we're going to be talking about that and seeing what more news and updates we have from, of course, this particular war. We got to keep you updated, but much more conversation is going to be coming also from we're going to be talking about how we have the grand jury from the who's talking. I don't know the grand jury is from where, but he's talking about the Southern Poverty Law, how they actually were paying the KK, how they were paying the KK to create hate crimes and all that. So I'll be sharing a bunch of videos also regarding that. But being on a Wednesday, of course, you know what we start with. Also, we're going to be looking at how we have a 4-day gay pride festival that is supposed to be held at the Dead Sea, that is in Israel. And this will be the largest in history of the Middle East. And I mean, it's crazy the fact that it's being held in Israel. Same people pushing always these agendas of LGBTQ. 4 days. I mean, it does make sense. Same people on the Epstein files and all that. It's crazy. But before we get into all that, I'm going to start, of course, with some amazing history. Today, we're going to be looking at food. Last week, I think I shared something to do with history, the American history. But today, we're going to be talking about how Black women how Black women outsmarted the enslavers with shrimps. Personally, I'm a lover. I love shrimps. I love shrimps so much. That is my best seafood, I'd say. I'll admit that. Every time I go to Tanzania, I love going to this restaurant called Rastaland because they have the best amazing shrimps, like so tasty, so delicious, well seasoned, just super amazing. I don't know how many of you do take shrimps, because some of you do call that the sea cockroaches, but I still don't care. I love me some shrimps super much. But we're gonna be looking at that and also looking at, as we talk about seafood, we have I don't know how to pronounce the name, but I'm gonna share the video. This is something actually I've been seeing online, and it's crazy because when you don't know something, you're always gonna be craving some crazy stuff, and it's good for you to do research before you go eat this crazy stuff. So I'm gonna share that video. Actually, I don't know if I should start with that one before we get into this one. I've always been seeing this stuff being served in the restaurants, and I kind of always used to wonder, what the hell is this? What the hell is this? It looks kind of delicious. I want to try it. And then I do believe actually it's mostly in this luxurious hotels and all that. So it's crazy to see how actually they turned this trash food again into a 5-star hotel food. Take a look at this history.
The world looked at this and thought, wow, let's put it in our mouths and then swallow it. We already know caviar is unborn fish.
Caviar, yeah, that's the name, caviar. So I've always been wondering, like, what the hell is this? I want to try it. I've always been wanting to, like, I'm like, the day I'm gonna be having good money and be able to go on a 5-star hotel, I'm gonna be able to eat myself a caviar. But until I saw this video, and I was really instantly disgusted. I was like, hell no, pass me with that. I'm not trying none of this. Nope.
Fish children that come from sturgeon, which by the way look like prehistoric sea monsters because they are. So already questionable. But back in the day, in the Middle Ages to be precise, caviar was not fancy at all. It was so cheap and abundant that it was literally fed to peasants. In colonial US, it was also fed to prisoners and used as fertilizer. They even gave it away for free in bars because it made people thirsty, so they drink more alcohol, like popcorn and peanuts today. But way before that, in the 10th century BCE, the Persians were eating it first. They thought it had healing properties, which is optimistic at best.
Yeah, because I do believe if I try look at it probably from a scientific level, because in Africa we do have this kind of I don't know if it's in the States, but we have this kind of it's like some medicine, and it contains the oil, the fish gel, the fish oil. It tastes so bad. I hate it. I think we also have some medicine that actually has this fish taste. Like mostly it helps with when you have cough. Yes, because I remember like my dad and my stepmom, they used to buy this for us a lot. Like every time we get probably super sick with cold, or depends what type of, I don't know. So mostly I say it's cold. I don't know if it helps with any other disease. So if I try look at it from a scientific level, you eating any eggs from a fish, it should be helpful for you in terms of healing. But this is really good information because I'm learning, and it has destroyed the craving I ever had.
They also believed it gave you strength and stamina. Then rich people got involved, as they tend to do, specifically Russia in the 13th century, who brought it to France in 1920. The French elites looked at fish eggs and thought, wow, this needs a rebrand. It's only for royalty now. So they overfished sturgeon into near extinction, made it rare, jacked up the price, and suddenly you're supposed to feel something while eating literal marine.
Yeah, it looks disgusting. Now that I know what it is, it really now looks super disgusting. Like really.
Green ovulation.
Ew.
That's disgusting.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Who in the world looked
I'm gonna say it one more time.
at this and thought, wow, let's put it in our mouths and then swallow it? We already know caviar is unborn fish children that come from sturgeon, which by the way look like prehistoric sea monsters because they are. So already questionable. But back in the day, in the Middle Ages to be precise, caviar was not fancy at all. It was so cheap and abundant that it was literally fed to peasants. In colonial US, it was also fed to prisoners and used as fertilizer. They even gave it away for free in bars because it made people thirsty, so they drink more alcohol, like popcorn and peanuts today. But way before that, in the 10th century BCE, the Persians were eating it first. They thought it had healing properties, which is optimistic at best. They also believed it gave you strength and stamina. Then rich people got involved, as they tend to do, specifically Russia in the 13th century, who brought it to France in 1920. The French elites looked at fish eggs and thought, wow, this needs a rebrand. It's only for royalty now. So they overfished sturgeon into near extinction, made it rare, jacked up the price, and suddenly you're supposed to feel something while eating literal marine ovulation. That's disgusting.
Very disgusting. And I love one of the comment because someone was saying, the older I get, the more I realize everything we value is due to marketing campaign. Literally, because if you look at actually most of the history when it comes to food we've discussed, they were all like mostly considered as trash, and now they just, why people always just claiming everything. You can even see my comment there. I'm saying, dang, thank you for this information. Been wanting to try this, but I back off now because I've always been wondering what the hell is this black looking type of stuff. It looks yummy, it looks really nice. I need to come find out this has some egg.
What? That shit looks disgusting.
Very disgusting. Yeah, I've always
Looks
been
yummy.
wondering.
What is it?
This is caviar. So I've always been wondering what this is. Like I've always been seeing.
It's fish eggs that white people eat. I never wanted to try none of that shit ever.
Never tried. Let me know anyone on the
Yeah,
comment section.
no, I never tried that shit. Never wanted to try it.
I've always been wondering what's this, man. What's
Everybody,
this?
I see. I told you, I'm a finicky eater. You won't
Yeah.
get me to try a lot of new shit. You put shit in, and people get offended, and I don't care. I don't want to eat the shit. Care if it makes you mad or not. Oh, offending you, offending my mother and my family. So what? The family's stupid then. I won't eat that shit.
Yeah, so this lady is talking about where it comes from. So I'm gonna share it again one more time. For
Come.
those who'd like to know a little bit of the history. Then
I know, I know it's fish
Who
eggs
in
or
the
some
world
shit.
looked at this and thought, wow, let's put it in our mouths and then swallow it? We already know
Yeah.
caviar is unborn fish children that come from
Yeah,
sturgeon,
fish
which,
egg.
by the way,
Fish
look like
egg.
prehistoric sea monsters because they are. So already questionable. But back in the day, in the Middle Ages to be precise, caviar
white
was
people.
not fancy at all. It was so cheap and abundant that it was literally fed to peasants. In colonial US, it was also fed to prisoners and used as fertilizer. They even gave it away for free in bars because it made people thirsty, so they drink more alcohol, like popcorn and peanuts today. But way before that, in the 10th century BCE, the Persians were eating it first. They thought it had healing properties, which is optimistic at best. They also believed it gave you strength and stamina. Then rich people got involved, as they tend to do, specifically Russia in the 13th century, who brought it to France in 1920. The French elites looked at fish eggs and thought, wow, this needs a rebrand. It's only for royalty now. So they overfished sturgeon into near extinction, made it rare, jacked up the price, and suddenly you're supposed to feel something while eating literal marine ovulation. That's disgusting. Thank you.
That's
Who in the world looked at this?
very, very disgusting. I'm glad I know this because thank God. I was like, the day I'm gonna land my hands on this shit, I'm gonna eat the whole ball out of it. But now that I know, else maybe that.
You easily propagandize too, Joe. You can't get me to eat none of that shit. Somebody said, somebody famous ate it. Somebody told you. I'm always worried about my stomach. I can't eat a bunch of stuff. No.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I didn't know what it was until I bumped into this video. I had no idea what the hell this
Yeah,
was.
but you were gonna eat it. You were gonna eat it. There you go.
I was going to eat it. Of course, you have to. Sometimes you have to try. You have to F around and find out. So if I was going to F around and find out with this, of course, I would have been in the toilet. Trust me, I would have ended up probably throwing up because I can't eat raw egg fish. Hell no. Ew. Nah, trust me with that. But more of today's now conversation or a little bit of the history, I'm going to share also how now the black women outsmarted the enslavers with shrimps. We've seen most of the history when it comes to food. Black people have changed so much from chitlins to oxtail to many dishes, literally from looking like trash, how white people were giving it to them, to something super luxurious. So personally, I'm a lover of fish. I'm a lover of shrimp so much. I love shrimps from Rastaland, to be specific. In Tanzania, they have the best shrimps. But I do believe most of the people.
Shout out to my brother I was just talking to in Tanzania before I came. That's why I'm a little late. I was talking to the brother on TikTok, doing this live in Tanzania just now. So I ain't gonna say too much. I say too much. A staff will get mad if I reveal too much. Yeah, he's living over in Mbezi Beach, the American brother. Goes back and forth. Lives in Miami half the time and over, and other half the time in Tanzania. He's over in, got him a nice house over in Mbezi Beach.
Mbezi Beach. Oh, okay, that's awesome.
If you walk into any restaurant in Charleston, you are guaranteed to see a plate of shrimp and grits on their brunch menu. And it's going to run
shrimp and grits. Pause. If you guys know, grits are the closest thing to ugali, everybody says. I don't like grits. That's why I don't like ugali. Grits are like ugali. If you guys want to know what's the closest thing to ugali, It's black people's grits in America. It's grits. It's hard grits. Same thing.
What?
Shout out to the girl. Shout out to the girl in Kenya. The one. Hey, you guys are not the one who said, I paid you in pussy. She's now living in Kenya, and she can. And I heard it both. She's no longer in Ghana. She's moved to Kenya. So I've heard everybody else say this too, that ugali reminds them of grits, strong, like hard grits. I don't like grits, so that's why I'm probably like,
Is it made from flour? Is it like you?
Yeah, look it up. Say images. Go to Google real quick, Joe. Say images of grits. GRITES.
I'm staring at it right now. I say you guys can have it with bread, which looks crazy. We don't have ugali with bread here. You guys are having it with eggs. Shrimps. Yeah, I see. Some meat, but mostly people are eating with shrimps. Now this looks like porridge. This doesn't look like ugali. This looks like some porridge because it's kind of runny. It's not hard.
I know. That's what I said. If you got hard, a lot of people make it soft. They don't want it hard, but it's hard as grits too. I don't like grits. No, I don't like grits, and I don't like ugali. Bro. That's what she was saying. This reminds you of grits. It's just the same thing. It's grits. She's talking about it's grits, baby cousin. Ugali.
Love to have some grits and see how it tastes.
They the same way. It's corn, same old shit.
Love to sell shrimp and grits as the pinnacle of Southern charm.
See, I know shrimp and grits.
They frame it as a beloved classic of the Old South, but that's a lie. It was not born as a delicacy. It is gentrified black starvation.
Of course, slavery. Exactly, slavery.
100 years. The Southern elite looked down on shrimp and ground corn as the food of absolute poverty.
Shrimp and grits.
Join us today while we discuss the real history of shrimp and grits. This is One Mic Black History. If you like stories like this, you can find more stories like this at onemichistory.com. Please join us at our Substack.
And grits damn sure ain't no porridge. I tell you that. It ain't porridge. Go.
It looks like porridge though.
It ain't.
To understand shrimp and grits, you need to understand the math of the 1850 supply chain. The Carolina Gold Rice Empire generated millions of dollars in capital for Charleston's elite. But these white, wealthy Charlestonians didn't come up with this out of their own ingenuity. It relied entirely on the specialized agricultural knowledge of enslaved West Africans who were brought here specifically because of their expertise in rice cultivation.
And rice, I know you're rice.
Planters treated these human beings like heavy machinery. To maximize profit margins, the enslavers intentionally kept these laborers in a severe calorie deficit. The standard weekly ration for an enslaved person in South Carolina's rice plantation was just a little cornmeal and about 3 pounds of cheap salted pork. That was it for the whole week. If you were standing in knee-deep swamp water for 12 hours a day, fighting off malaria, water moccasins, burning through thousands of calories just to meet the brutal daily harvest quota, that diet was going to get you killed. The human body breaks down, muscles deteriorate.
And the kid, they working you to death.
Was coming to save you. These slaves didn't have money for better food, so black men figured out how they could source their own protein right out of the water they worked in so they could survive another week, another month on the plantation. To survive, black men formed what became known as the Mosquito Fleet. Before dawn, hours before they were forced to work in the rice fields, these men rowed hand-built wooden boats into the treacherous currents of the Atlantic. They navigated the aggressive tides, unpredictable weather of the low country in the dark. They cast out heavy nets they had built by hand, pulling in pounds of creek shrimp. The Charlestonian elite didn't do this because they couldn't. They were terrified of the water. The Mosquito fleet held an undeniable monopoly on the local seafood trade because they were the only ones who possessed the knowledge to navigate those waters without drowning. They didn't just catch a few fish for their families. They controlled the entire coastal food supply. Even after the Civil War, if a white family bought a fish or a crab or shrimp in Charleston, they bought it from a black man who caught it that morning. They didn't just control the water, they controlled the street level economics in Charleston. Once the Mosquito fleet brought that catch to the docks, they handed it off to black women. These women had absolute control over the retail distribution network for the city. They walked those cobblestone streets of Charleston with massive baskets balanced on their head. They didn't just use a sign or print a storefront. They used specific method of street cries that echoed through the neighborhoods, letting the city know.
Pause it. See, right there again, you moronic FBA niggas. Oh, we didn't wear baskets on our head. We didn't do baskets like they do in Africa. We didn't. I told you we did. So there you go right there in Charleston, South Carolina, still putting shit on our fucking heads to carry shit like they do in Africa. We didn't ever do that. That was never in America. Most of you are morons. You know, any history. So you see right there in Charleston, South Carolina, they put baskets on their heads full of fish and shrimp to sell it. Like in Africa, stupid. Go ahead, Joby.
Negotiated prices and handled that in cash. The people of Charleston didn't just rely on black people for their food. They relied on black men to catch their food. They relied on black women to walk that food directly to their front door. And at the end of the day, those women took whatever shrimp was left over and brought it back home to their cabins and combined it with those meager corn rations that we talked about earlier. And this is where shrimp and grits was actually
corn. That's what we got. Is corn. Took the corn and turned it into grits. Go ahead, Joe.
It was built out of necessity. The dish itself is a bit of an historical receipt of two repressed groups surviving together. The grits were a Native American staple. Captive black women took that Native American corn grinding process and merged it with their own West African one-pot seafood stew techniques. They built a culinary alliance right there in an iron skillet. They cooked it over an open flame because that was the only kitchen infrastructure that they had. They were working with the resources they had access to and creating a high-protein, high-carb fuel that their people used to survive the physical trauma of their daily rice quotas. So for generations, this was strictly a survival meal of the black working class. It wasn't even considered a Southern dish. If you went to Georgia or Alabama or Mississippi, they were not eating shrimp and grits. It was hyper regional. It was exclusively a low country survival mechanism that was basically known as breakfast shrimp or shrimp and hominy. It was birthed directly from the Gullah Geechee people, the direct descendants of those people from Western Africa who kept the dish alive because of their coastal isolation in South Carolina. The white society ignored it completely. To them, creek shrimp was bait and grits were for poor people. It wasn't until the 1950s that the white establishment even bothered to write down the recipe. The Junior League of Charleston published a high society cookbook called Charleston Receipts. Inside, they printed a sanitized version of the dish. They didn't call it shrimp and grits. They called it breakfast shrimp and hominy. It was the very first time that white society had gotten a taste of this black survival ration. But the real gentrification didn't happen for 35 years later. In 1985, a white chef named Bill O'Neill at a restaurant called Cook's Corner in Durham, North Carolina, decided to put shrimp and grits on his dinner menu. He took this black food, added bacon, mushrooms, heavy cheese, and served it to his white clientele. A famous food critic named Craig Claiborne came to North Carolina. He wrote a glowing review in the New York Times. Overnight, the establishment rebranded A Century of Black Survival as a Southern culinary dish. High-end restaurants across the country stole the blueprint. They slapped a $35 price tag on it and put it on the brunch menus from New York to Los Angeles and completely erased
Don't look like they
the
steal
Gullah Geechee
everything.
people that
Yeah,
created
the
it.
Gullah Geechee store,
In the end,
still, they steal it, make millions of dollars from it every time. Steal your shit like they do McDonald's, Taco Bell, and you niggas in South Carolina, you Geechee Gullah niggas. Steal your shit. Go ahead.
at the entire timeline, the truth is undeniable. The dish of shrimp and grits was never about Southern hospitality or culinary charm. It was born out of
A
the math
survival.
of starvation in Carolina gold rice fields.
Survival.
It was sustained by the black men who risked their lives every morning to go out in a boat and catch creek shrimp just so they could have extra protein. It was distributed by black women who controlled the street level economics in Charleston. And it was cooked in these poorly insulated wooden cabins that merged together Native American corn with West African traditions to keep black families alive. The establishment didn't just gentrify a recipe, they erased everybody. They erased all of these people that helped create shrimp and grits. See, enslavement was never just about labor. It was about stolen intellectual property. It's about stolen knowledge that is then
Stole
sold
all your
back
shit.
to the white world as a luxury. So the next time you sit down and pay for a $30 plate of shrimp and grits, remember the black history that went into creating that dish. Thank you.
Exactly. So when you're eating,
We gotta put that on the menu at the restaurant, shrimp and grits. That's a good southern food. And the goofy Africans will think it's some kind of ugali. There you go. It's got corn in it. Shrimp and grits, niggas. Eat it up.
we don't like our ugali runny, so nobody's gonna assume that is.
They'll eat it.
But nobody's gonna assume that is ugali because I see like Jabba is saying he likes greens, but he doesn't like it runny. Yeah, like it looks
Yeah. Exactly. So you like yours hard like ugali. I can't eat it unless it is runny. Most cats like it hard like ugali, like Joby. I don't like it like that. I don't really like grits anyway. I can't eat grits without, huh?
Do you put like salt or what?
Man, when
seasoning?
I eat grits, some people put like salt and pepper on theirs. That's probably like jibba jabba. I eat it for breakfast, so I used to put butter and sugar on it.
Okay.
That's how I ate it. Put some butter and some sugar on it, then I can eat it. But I can't remember. That's so boring.
Porridge.
That ain't no porridge. So I haven't ate grits, man, probably about 20 years, 25 years. I think I still come out my son, a goofy son before that, he would always eat grits. I think I still got a package of grits in the house. I never opened it. I know he used to eat that shit. He used to eat that grit shit. I never ate that grits. Nah, I'm good. Dad, you want some grits? Nah, I'm good. You can have all of it.
Like no, because our porridge. If you're cooking porridge, you can put some blue band, butter, but mostly I'd say blue band and sugar. So that's why I'm saying that. We don't put our ugali salt and sugar. We don't put no ugali.
Not salt and sugar, Joby. You got sugar in it. No, if you're eating it, other people just put pepper, salt and pepper on it. You can't put salt and sugar. What kind of shit is that? Then I told you, what is that blue band? Is that margarine or is that butter?
Blue band is margin.
I told you how to get rid of that fucking margarine. Buy butter. That margarine is like plastic. Eat that shit. That shit causes dementia. No margarine. Only real butter.
Okay. Alright. But anyway, on this other end, we have some news.
Anyway.
Yeah. Because we're not gonna get rid of it. That's what we've grown up with. Like, we're not gonna.
All right, fuck it. Don't let me tell. Okay, when you get 50, you don't know how to change your underwear. Don't say nothing to me.
Oh my God. Yeah, no, that's not gonna happen. I'm gonna.
It's gonna happen whenever you keep fucking with that margin. Shit.
Well, that's what we're selling people at the shop, you know, so we can't change it. That's what people eat mostly. Like,
Hey, I'm telling you, I can't do that. We got margin at the shop.
I
I don't
bet
know if we
we
got.
should be having
Probably
because
do. I got to do with other people.
people depend on it. But anyway, we have some more information about the KK, how they were being paid to cause hate crimes and all that. That is by the Southern Poverty
Southern Poverty Center. They saying that 70. I always had a question about the Southern Poverty Law Center. I don't know if this is even real, but I did have a question about the Southern Poverty Law Center is supposed to be helping black people. But I don't believe in none of these fake NGO organizations. I don't believe in none of them. So the Justice Department saying that the Southern Poverty Law Center was sponsoring white supremacist groups. Now, I don't know if this is real or not, because they might be trying to slander them, because they were not supposed to be fighting the white supremacist groups. So I haven't researched this now, so I'll let Joby go ahead and go with this. I haven't done enough research to say yay or nay to it. Go ahead, Joby.
Good afternoon. Today, a few minutes ago, in the Middle District of Alabama, a grand jury returned an 11-count indictment charging the Southern Poverty Law Center with 6 counts of wire fraud, 4 counts of bank fraud, and 1 count of...
If you don't know, Alabama is still one of the most racist states in the country. Racist is openly racist. So them supposedly going after some people that's supposedly going with the Klan, I don't believe none of this shit, because Alabama itself is openly racist. And you know, that's where they had that fight, 2 years ago when Joby showed, when they were fighting the damn white people right there in Alabama and Montgomery, when they were fighting, when the white people tried to fight the black people for just doing their jobs. Everybody got mad. But we'll show it again. We'll show it. One of the most racist states, them, Mississippi. So I did the Alabama's fighting against racism. I don't believe none of this. Some shit fishy with this. Go ahead, Joby.
To commit money laundering. According to the charges in the indictment, the SPLC is a nonprofit entity that purports to fight white supremacy and racial hatred by reporting on extremist groups and conducting research to inform law enforcement groups with the goal of dismantling these groups. As the indictment describes, the SPLC was not...
And remember, this is Trump's DOJ, Department of Justice. Trump has built the most racist administration in history. In history. Trump's DOJ is openly fucking racist. They're taking black, and you can't even say black in his administration no more. They're the ones erasing all the goddamn black history. So I don't believe none of this shit, because remember, this is Trump's Department of Justice. This is his administration. They're not fighting no fucking racism. They can remember, they stopped even people, as Joby showed you, from getting promotions in the military because they're black. You're like, what? Him and Goofy Hegseth, Trump and Hegseth, has stopped black people from getting promotions in the military because they're black. So the idea that his DOJ is fighting against white supremacy is bullshit. So this is somebody they probably want to get rid of because they do go after white supremacy. I don't know, but I don't believe no shit. Trump's administration is fighting no white supremacy. When they're behind, you see, they took all them white South Africans and told the black people, "Oh, are you causing white genocide in South Africa?" All this old crazy shit. When we know that's not even happening, right? We know it's not even happening. But so let's go listen to this shit. I don't know that I do some research, but this Trump's administration is not fighting no white supremacy. They endorse it, they believe in it, and they're all white supremacists. The idea of fighting white supremacy, you can, like the white kids say, you can gag me with a spoon if you think I believe this shit. Go ahead, Joby.
These groups. It was instead manufacturing the extremism it purports to oppose by paying sources to stoke racial hatred. The indictment describes this conduct in detail, but one troubling example is that the SPLC was paying a member of the leadership group that planned the Unite the Right protest in Charlottesville, Virginia in 2017 that resulted in the death of one person and injured dozens more.
You guys were behind that. Trump's administration was behind that. We're approving that 2017. And they asked Trump, what about all these racists that's smart? He said, well, they're all very good people. The racists are all good people in 2017. That was Trump people. That wasn't their people. That was Trump people in 2017 when they was in Virginia with them tiki torches talking about we're not going to let niggas and Jews replace us. There's Trump. Hey, aren't you going to disavow this? He said, no, these are very good people. So what is he talking about? Those are Trump people. Go ahead, Joby.
Person being paid by the SPLC allegedly received approximately $270,000 over the course of 8 years. In total, according to the indictment, between 2014 and 2023, SPLC paid at least $3 million to 8 individuals at least. These individuals were affiliated with the Ku Klux Klan, United Klans of America.
You know, this sounds stupid. This is all like, and they gave him $300. What the fuck are you going to do with $300? What are you talking about? This already sounds baloney. I'm calling bullshit. 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 Go ahead, Joby.
Someone says on the comment section under this post says, as much as I want to believe this, the same way he has the same tone as you. I just can't believe this. The current government has done nothing for black folks. And now I'm supposed to believe that they are supposed to believe they did in-depth
the fight for racism? Exactly.
To uncover heinous acts committed by the SPLC to prevent the spread of racial hate. So I'm not going to believe what most of the people are saying.
Unless you're a moron, unless you're stupid. This is some bullshit. This is one of the most racist, racist administrations in the world. Even Iran telling you that. They're racist as shit. Idea that they're fighting for black people and justice. Are you out of your fucking mind while they're erasing all your history books? They're taking shit out the goddamn Black American Museum. They're saying you can't even say black. They're making sure black people can't get promoted in the military, but they're supposed to be fighting for white justice. I mean, fighting for black justice. Are you crazy? This is bullshit. Go ahead, Joe.
Yeah, so let me share these other videos literally related to that. Then we can move from that to Trump and what is that.
They're fighting for black people and going against the Ku Klux Klan. Out of your fucking mind. This is the Klan. Trump and his people are the Klan. Racist ass hacks. They're openly racist. Racist ass hacks, except all these racist motherfuckers they got around them. All these racist ass cat with the hats.
Can you see me?
Yeah, I see you.
Oh, I thought you shared that.
There it goes. Yeah.
It was actually founded by a group of former Confederate soldiers. Shall we see where those Confederate soldiers came from? Let's look. Yeah. Yeah, the South. Then fast forward to today, and the great-great-grandsons of those Confederate soldiers, they live in the South, and they're
still in power today. Exactly. Exactly. Exactly.
All is coming from inside the trailer.
Oh, just your typical racist organization, leading racist movements, making a ton of racist statements, ultimately being one of the most racist groups in the entire world. And they were founded by Democrats. The people who always say that Republicans are the racist ones? Yeah.
Pauses, Steve. Pauses. Now, see, this is another fucking moron. Joe, you got to end at this. This is a fucking idiot. You fucking moron. See, he has no historical context. The Democrats, they had a flip, dummy. the racist ass Democrats went to the Republican Party when the Democrats decided that they were going to back what? The civil rights movement. So you saying was the Democrats the first racist party? Yes. But the Republicans weren't helping black people either. Of course, black people were Republicans in the 1800s, and they fucking what? Threw their ass over the boat too by stopping what we call Reconstruction. Republicans partnered with the Democrats to fuck black people too. Okay? And so, since black people were getting fucked by the Republican Party for so many years, that's when I showed Joby. Joby showed you with Lyndon Baines Johnson, right? Signed the civil rights movement, and the South was mad, right? And Lyndon Baines Johnson said, I'll have these niggas voting Democratic for the next 100 years. I had Joby show you guys that. So when he did that, all the white Democrats all became white Republicans. Okay? So there ain't no party shit, stupid. All the white racists went to be Republicans. And all the black Democrats, all the black Republicans switched to become Democrats because they backed the 1964 Civil Rights Bill. So they just switched parties. Most black people left the Republicans, became the Democrats. Most racist ass white people left the Democrats and became Republicans. That's why the Republican Party now is what? It's called the openly racist party. And not the Democrats, who used to be the openly racist party. Everybody switched because of policies from the 1960s. So both parties don't give a fuck about black people. And both parties have been racist. And you had was a switch in demography, in people. But these morons are too stupid to know that history. So I want you to type this in real quick, Joby, on TikTok. Mm-hmm. Say when and why did most white Democrats become Republicans? Because of racism. Because they didn't want niggas to have any rights. And the rights was the 1964 Civil Rights Bill, saying black people finally can be human beings. Yeah, there you go. 48. Remember, black people didn't get Social Security, none of that shit. So you got the switch right there in 48 through 64. Go ahead, Joey, play it. So you get some
Democratic Party,
so you get some historical content. Go ahead, yeah.
To its platform, and the South exploded.
Exactly.
A group of white Southern Democrats walked out of the National Convention in protest.
Yep.
Why?
Fuck this.
Because they refused to support a party that...
Because they said, fuck these niggas. They said, how the dare you gonna now bring niggas in here and treat them like human beings. So the ones that oh, it wasn't it was a Democratic Party that was racist. Yes, it was. But they left that party and went to the Republican Party. And that's why the Republican Party is considered today as the openly racist party. When they're both racist to black people. The Republicans are just in your face about it, okay? The Democrats are more sophisticated about their racism. But the Republican Party all left and went to the Republican Party so they can be openly racist. Go ahead, Joby.
Zaba, kindly share that link again with me on WhatsApp so I can reshare it. It's not visible here on StreamYard.
Desegregation, anti-lynching laws, and voting rights for black Americans.
Is that close?
They called themselves the Dixiecrats.
It was to be segregated. They didn't want us to be able to vote. They didn't see how evil and wicked these people. They didn't want black people to have the right to vote. So when they said, Democrats said, we're gonna try to do civil rights, give black people the right to vote, and stop segregation, which is called apartheid. Same name like South that's called apartheid. We're gonna stop apartheid, and we're gonna allow black people to vote. White people say, what? Now remember remember these are southern white people. And supposedly Alabama has decided to fight against racism. If you don't get the fuck out of here with that bullshit, with Trump and that. Go ahead, Joey.
Your name was the state's Rights Democratic Party.
Exactly.
Translation. We want the right to oppress black people without federal interference.
Exactly. We want the right to oppress these niggas. That's them. We want these niggas in the mines like they got them in Africa. Fucked up, back broken, and impoverished. Damn right. Go ahead, Joey.
On a Governor Strom Thurmond, they built a platform based entirely on...
Now pause it. Now remember as racist Strom Thurmond was? Now remember, just like Africa, we had to be their maids, right? Black women, no protection. So racist ass Strom Thurmond, we didn't even know until this racist ass, wicked ass, no good white man died, that he had a black daughter, that he had raped one of his maids. He probably raped a bunch of them, but that one of them had a daughter for his ass, right? We're going to show that too. Racist ass stuff. You niggas need to die. You niggas burn in hell. But they never, I'm going to tell you dumbass black women, talking about the white man's your zaddy. He can still fuck you and still be racist. Have your baby. Put his dick all up in you. He still want to fuck. He still wants some of your Gucci. Might not like your black ass. But that's what's so we know Strom Thurmond, as the mom, raped one of his maids and had a black daughter he hid for almost 100 years. We didn't even know. And his black dumbass daughter kept it secret until he died with his racist ass. Go ahead, Joby.
Protecting Jim Crow segregation. They weren't fringe. They won 4 states in the presidential election. 4 entire states chose racism over democracy. And after their loss, many didn't disappear. They slowly bled back into national politics as Republicans. By 1964, almost every Southern Dixiecrat had switched over to the Republican Party, shaping the Southern strategy.
Pause it. Now you understand this? All those Democrats, because that part of it was racist, became Republicans. See, that's why these morons just be talking. They have no historical context to shit. Because the Democratic Party's always been racist. It was racist again. Yes, it was. But you had a switch. All the majority of racist Democrats became Republicans. So while you can't defend the Republican Party, the Republican Party wasn't racist back then. It's racist now, you moron. They switched, stupid. Go ahead, Joby.
Voter suppression and anti-civil rights policy for decades. Since then, no Democratic president has won the majority of the white votes in any of these southern states since 1964. This wasn't a protest. It was a political temper tantrum.
And then the man Johnson said, well, giving these niggas rights, I done lost the South for a generation. Then James Johnson, President Johnson said, me doing this, I've lost the South for generations to come. Because white people, I told you, power and racism comes first. And you better know that. Not your goopy Christianity, your goopy whatever you believe. But their racism comes first. That's what gets their dick hard in the morning, to be able to press your ass. Have you all fucked up, living in poverty. Everybody get off on your poverty. They get mad if you got a piano and they ain't got one. They ain't got a piano. Oh, that nigga got one, I ain't got one. But do you play the piano? No, get out of this tell you I ain't got a piano. No matter different. I told you, a nigga got a piano. I don't got one. I'm a white man. So understand that the psychopaths, and you have not analyzed these people. Their racism, their power comes first. They'll fuck you all damn day, black women. But don't you ever get it twisted and think their power and their race doesn't come first. Because if you do, you're stupid. And you'll be laying in a fucking ditch, deader than a doornail. That one comes first. them to be able to oppress you. They get off on the oppression of other people, right? They live for that shit. They hate black people so much, why they run around Africa? Why don't they just leave Africa? Because they down there, they love oppressing Africans. But they're in South Africa and Kenya, Zimbabwe. Why don't they leave and go back to Europe since they hate us? That's a lie. They love the oppression. They get off on the power of oppressing your ass. Go ahead, Joby.
White supremacy. Too many of their values still echo in policies today.
Yeah, that's their value.
The Dixiecrats didn't die. They just switched parties, changed tactics, and changed language. So ask yourself, how much of their playbook is still being used today?
Always, still today.
Share and comment if you have ever heard of the Dixiecrats and how they switched sides to the Republican Party.
Yeah.
Once upon a time, every
Now remember that dumbass nigga just said it wasn't the Democratic Party, it was racist, not the Republican. Shut your dumb ass up. Everybody's got an internet connection, want to talk without any kind of historical context. You are a moron. Shut up and get your ass off the internet. Go ahead, Joe.
That's what I was saying earlier. People are just now expressing even stupid thoughts now anywhere because they can just talk, you know.
Exactly. They
that
can just
meant
talk.
pretty much everyone with a high school education knew this. The Democratic Party was the party of slavery and Jim Crow, and the Republican Party was the party of emancipation and racial integration. Democrats were the Confederacy, and Republicans were the Union. Jim Crow Democrats were dominant in the South, and socially tolerant Republicans were dominant in the North. But then, in the 1960s and 70s, everything supposedly flipped. Suddenly, the Republicans became the racists, and the Democrats became the champions of civil rights. Fabricated by left-leaning academic elites and journalists, the story went like this. Republicans couldn't win a national election by appealing to the better nature of the country. They could only win by appealing to the worst.
The racist.
Attributed to Richard Nixon, the media's all-purpose bad guy.
Southern strategy.
This came to be known as the Southern
strategy.
It was very simple. Win elections by winning the South. And to win the South, appeal to racists. So the Republicans, the party of Lincoln, were to now be labeled the party of rednecks. But this story of the two parties switching identities is a myth. In fact, it's three myths wrapped into one false narrative.
All right, tell me that's a myth, lady.
Look at each myth in turn.
Let's go ahead. So now let's see your history talk crazy talk. We know it's not a myth, but we'll see how it's a myth because obviously you're a Republican bootlicker. Some white man has got his penis up in your ass. So let's see how it's a myth. Yeah. See, I do it raw, no chaser. Raw in that ass, no chaser. No goddamn, if you're gonna drink whiskey, we're gonna drink it raw, no water, no Coke. Okay?
Myth number one, in order to be competitive in the South, Republicans started to pander to white racists in the 1960s. Fact, Republicans actually became competitive in the South as early as 1928 when Republican Herbert Hoover won over 47% of the South's popular vote against Democrat Al Smith. In 1952, Republican President Dwight Eisenhower won the southern states of Tennessee, Florida, and Virginia. And in 1956, he picked up Louisiana, Kentucky, and West Virginia, too.
Now, I want you to understand, this is a handkerchief head, boot-licking nigga here. See, no, she's not that. Always got boot-licking, fucking bunk dancing, back broken ass niggas. Now she's not giving you no context. See, she's trying to play. This is not true. Blah blah blah. So let me give you the context in which they're winning. Okay? Because you know she's a dick. She's a white dick sucker. She's a Candace Owens. Okay? Just negating history and giving you context again. The reason why some of the South would be inclined to vote for Dwight D. Eisenhower because he was seen as what, guys? A war hero after remember Dwight D. Eisenhower was given the majority of the credit for winning World War II. So the country, being patriotic in love with winning World War II, they were going to be inclined with voting for Dwight Eisenhower, even though Dwight Eisenhower, quiet as kept, was partially a nigger. Yeah, partially a nigger himself. Was mulatto parading as a white man. He was passing. Okay? So the country was going to all look at the white thing would have looked like a white man. He had black features. But the country was all enthralled with what? Winning World War II. And Ike was the hero. He was the supreme general, remember, of World War II. So this is not an honest election. You're caught up in the emotions of World War II. That's why Eisenhower swept everybody who went against him, because the country was all grateful for World War II being won. So it's not an ordinary election, because the feelings of America come back winning World War II were high. And Ike was what? Portrayed as the main hero. See, this boot-licking, handkerchief, buck dancing broad didn't put that in there. He act like this is a normal voting year, as if Ike wasn't seen as a returning conqueror of World War II. Go ahead, Joby.
And that was after he supported the Supreme Court decision in Brown versus Board of Education that desegregated public schools, and after he sent the 101st Airborne to Little Rock.
This is a bootlick. Don't blame the white man. Don't blame the white man's not racist, because Eisenhower did these things and not understand the context of Eisenhower. But go ahead, Joby.
Central High School to enforce integration. Myth number 2, Southern Democrats, angry with the Civil Rights Act of 1964, switched parties. Fact, of the 21 Democratic senators who opposed the Civil Rights Act, just one became a Republican. The other 20 continued to be elected as Democrats or were replaced by other Democrats. On average,
that's a lie. They became Dixiecrats, and since the Dixiecrat party couldn't work, they eventually all became Republicans. See, this is a bootlick trying to skew history for you. They didn't immediately become Republicans, lady. That's right. They became Dixiecrats, and then eventually moved to the Republican Party. Now I'm gonna break your back, bitch. I can't stand you bootlicking ass niggas. You're dangerous. Stand you motherfuckers. You disgust me. Go ahead, Joe. I'm gonna break your back.
For another 2.5 decades. Myth number 3. Since the implementation of the Southern strategy, the Republicans have dominated the South. Fact, Richard Nixon, the man who is often credited with creating the Southern strategy, lost the Deep South in 1968. In contrast, Democrat Jimmy Carter nearly swept the region in 1976, 12 years after the Civil Rights Act of 1964. And in 1992, over 28 years later, Democrat Bill Clinton won Georgia, Louisiana, Arkansas, Tennessee, Kentucky, and West Virginia. The truth is, Republicans didn't hold a majority of Southern congressional seats until 1994, 30 years after the Civil Rights Act. As Kevin Williamson of National Review writes, if Southern rednecks ditched the Democrats because of a civil rights law passed in 1964, it is strange that they waited until the late 1980s and early 1990s to do so. They say things move slower in the South, but not that slow. So what really happened? Why does the South now vote overwhelmingly Republican? Because the South itself has changed. Its values have changed. The racism that once defined it doesn't anymore. Its values today are conservative ones.
So I told you she's gonna do the Candace Owens. That racism doesn't exist anymore, guys. It's all in your mind. I told you this traitor ass bitch was going to do the Candace Owens shit. That racism doesn't exist. It's in your mind. It's all because of conservative values. It's all because of that. Now, enough of this bitch right here. We're about to break your back with historical fact. You fucking handkerchief head. Stand these motherfuckers. It's not racism. It's just that it's a conservative value. Get out of that, Joe. Get rid of that bitch. So I want you to put this up, Joe, real quick. Say, what's the best way to break her back easily with history? Say, are you on YouTube? Okay, well, stay with YouTube or TikTok, whichever. Say Lee Atwater, who set up the Southern strategy. She said it doesn't exist. We know it's based on racism. This goofy line. I can't stand these things, man. I told black people, we're the only people that got traitorous ass people who don't ever get dealt with. We gotta start dealing with traitors. And that's what that is. Fucking fake ass motherfucker making up fake history. So put this up and search either in YouTube or TikTok, doing your propagandist ass point. Say Lee Atwater, say Lee, who also started Fox racist ass news, say Lee at ATW Atwater designs the Southern strategy, say based on racism, but made it sophisticated enough so there was say Lee Atwater, who created the Southern strategy, gave it racist dog whistles. He knew it was racist, but there were certain things he didn't want to say because people would know it's racist. So he put what they call code words, dog whistles. See what you get, Joe.
Let me share this one. I think it's the same one as Jiba shared that just right now on WhatsApp. Let me start with this.
Okay.
One.
You know, they couldn't openly call you a nigga, so they want to say, oh, welfare. You know, so it was sophisticated racism, based all in racism. And he told you years later before he died, yeah, it was all racist. In this part.
As a statistician or a political scientist, or no, as a psychologist, which I'm not, is how abstract you handle the race thing. In other words, you start out, and now y'all aren't quoting me on this. You start out in 1954 by saying nigger, nigger, nigger.
Nigger, exactly, abstract. You can't say that too much, exactly.
Stuff like force busing.
So pause. So he's telling you it's racist, but I gotta do dog whistles and code words. I can't call Joby nigga to her face because I sound fucked up. I'm racist. You know it. So I gotta devise a way to be abstract. Use code words to call Joby a nigga. And everybody know I'm being racist. No, that's something that the goofy bootlick didn't tell you. Making up fake ass lies. Go ahead, Joe.
That stuff. And you're getting so abstract now, you're talking about cutting taxes and all of these things you're talking about are totally economic things, and the byproduct of them is blacks get hurt worse than whites. And subconsciously, maybe that is part of it. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying that if it is getting that abstract and that coded, that we're
all right, it's coded.
The racial problem one way or the other. You follow me?
So he's telling you that the country is racist. Like, not what this broad kept saying. There's no racism. It's because of conservative values. Lee Atwater's telling you, back in the 50s, we could call these niggas openly. Nigga, dirty nigga, all on TV. You filthy nigga. So now, we got to change up a little bit because we do sound fucked up. We're still racist, of course. But how can we portray our racism out there that it doesn't sound as bad? You know, it's coded. That's what he said. We're still going to be racist. Not what this broad said. We're still racist. But we're going to code our racism. It's going to be abstract. And that, because you know most people are stupid. Unless you're smart enough to know, hey, this is some racist shit. Well, I didn't call you a nigga. Right? It's abstract. Go ahead, Joby.
We want to cut taxes, we want to cut this, and we want, it's much more abstract than even the busing thing.
It's abstract.
And a hell of a lot more abstract than never knew, you know. So any way you look at it, race is coming on the back burner.
Yeah, so that's the
So that's good. That's not. So remember, so Lee Atwater, who that boot-licking black handkerchief head sellout told you, oh, the Southern strategy wasn't about racism. And the one who designed it is telling you it's exactly about racism. Tell what these bootlicks do. And she can do it calmly because she knows no consequences for her stinking traitorous handkerchief head ass. Bubble gum your ass and throw you to the side of a ditch. God damn it. You wicked motherfucker. And try to just make up shit and try to tell people they crazy.
Dixiecrats and all that stuff. Ask them two questions. Who is Lee Atwater and what is the Southern strategy? Shuts it down every single time. Lee Atwater is
all that shit.
Architects of the Southern strategy. And
That's why that black lady Joby was showing didn't mention the Southern. She mentioned the Southern strategy, right? But she didn't mention Lee Atwater. You think she know who Lee Atwater was? She mentioned the Southern strategy. Oh, it didn't work. It wasn't racism. I mean, no. Lee Atwater told you. You goddamn right it's racism. And all of it is racism. Damn right. But she tell you, oh, no, it wasn't about racism. Go ahead, Joe.
We, the Republicans, are not doing very well when it comes to getting votes. We need to steal the racist white voter from the Democrats and win them over to us. So this was a campaign to getting under Nixon to take the Democratic racist white man and get him to become a Republican. It worked so well that Lee Atwater did a video recording bragging about how well it worked. They never did it. They said, listen, we're never going to get
Exactly. They know they did it, but you got the bootleg black woman. See, this never happened. It's about the values and black and conservative values. What are you talking about? Ooh, we gotta deal with these traitors, man. Say all kind of stupid shit to black people. Think they don't know shit. There was a whole thing. Switch. Go ahead, Joby.
And get this white voter. So that's when you started seeing this narrative of black men, white women, black men taking jobs. And that's why I'm amazed when black people are
black men are lazy.
Like, well, they're going to take our jobs. Like, you realize you were the Mexican 30 years ago, right? For the Republican Party, you were the Mexican 30, 40 years ago. So as the Democrats became more diverse, the Republicans used that. They weaponized it to get that white voter who was scared of that. And that's what happened from Nixon all the way to Reagan. You know, welfare queen. I'm sure you've heard about that. This was all part of their structure.
The racism. They said black women were getting the most of the welfare. They're these black bitches, they're welfare queens. Remember that Reagan said these black bitches in their welfare driving their Cadillacs? Like, what? You black bitches, you welfare queens, Joby, driving your Cadillac with your food stamps.
Openly taught, they're leveraging people's ignorance. You will run into a Republican, they will name a Dixiecrat politician that was a Democrat. But it's a magic trick where it wasn't about the politician, it was about the people who put the politician in the office. Republicans said, keep the politicians, Democrats. We just want the voter, and that's what happened. You hear Republicans talking about
Okay, a few examples of dog whistles, but before I give them to you, I'm going to tell you what a dog whistle is, where it came from, and how long it's been used against Black people and other marginalized communities in this country. Now, naturally, when you hear the word dog
whistle, in the country globally, you got the dog whistles in South Africa, and the goofy South Africans don't know what dog whistles are. And white people dog whistling the shit out their ass. Go ahead,
in reality, they're used every day by everyday people. Now, what is a dog whistle? The way I would explain it is, it's just a calculated way to manipulate someone into agreeing with you and attacking another person without that other person knowing that they're being attacked or that an attack is on the way. For instance, a big one would be when an officer is arresting a Black person and they say, stop resisting. What they're really saying is they're about to use deadly force. And the reason that they say it is not for you. It's because the other police officers now know, oh snap, it's about to get real, because stop resisting has almost always led to a Black man being brutalized. Now, dog whistles aren't only just like, oh, 1 or 2 letter sayings. No, it can also be a situation. Say, I saw a restaurant not long ago, weeks ago, where this Black couple didn't want to pay for their food because none of their food was right or something. So the restaurant owner in South Carolina, with mostly white people, white patrons inside, said these people are refusing to pay for their food. He was speaking to them directly about this black family who was the only Black family in there. He was using the authority that he had over the restaurant, and also using his position as a white man to get the rest of the white people in the restaurant riled up so that they could also be on his side, possibly harming this family. Now, mind you, dog whistles work best when most people don't know about them. Dog whistles are not just words, they're actions. I think every Black person has been in a situation where they're in a disagreement with a white person or Mexican person, someone that's non-Black, and they say, oh, you're being aggressive, or oh, you're intimidating me. Those are dog whistles. And it's not to convey an actual message of, I feel attacked.
No,
talking to me.
you're Black.
They're not conveying that message to you. They're conveying that message to the people around them to invoke a certain response. Being called hard to work with, that's also a dog whistle. Specifically for Black people that are just known for speaking out against injustices. Trust me, I'm one of them. The word urban used in certain contexts, for instance, say if there's 2 white people, they're talking, it's like, oh no, it's more urban. Urban is Black to them.
More urban.
These are all
Black,
whistles.
exactly.
I don't have an entire list of them, but I would love for you guys to put some examples in the comments so that more people can be aware of these. A lot of times you can mistake a dog whistle for a microaggression. In reality, it's a macroaggression. It's definitely on the same scale. It's just they're not talking to you. They're talking to the people around you so that they can get on their side while attacking you. But yeah, I would love it to know if you guys have more dog whistles that I didn't mention, or that you also have seen or heard. Put it in the comments below. Also, guys, I have a nonprofit dedicated to keeping Black history in our schools. We need as many donations as possible. Don't let my following fool you. I barely get any support. The support I do get, I really do appreciate it, but I really need help. I'm trying to bring this 2-hour after.
You hear Republicans talk.
Right. Lee Atwater's kind of confession is one of the most clear explanations of cultural conditioning and what they've done. So when I'm talking about kind of racism being driven into the American subconscious, he literally explains how they did it. And so he says, if the Jungian shadow is the things that can't be expressed, when he says, by 19 whatever, we couldn't say the N-word, what he's saying, we could no longer express direct racism. So we started talking economically. We started talking about busing and states' rights and all of these things. And, it's so esoteric, he says, and the reality is that Blacks get hurt more than whites. And so what they did was subconsciously fuse the feelings of racism to the conscious articulation of economics. And then just look at the way that certain elements in our culture talk about economics, only like the Tea Party. What were they saying? A bunch of economic bullshit? What were they carrying around? Racist effigies of Obama. They don't care about any of those economic issues. They just don't want to help Black people. And so, what happens is they hypnotize them basically to talk economics and feel racism, because the racism was driven into the subconscious by the culture and the civil rights movement, making it shameful and guilt-ridden to speak openly in racist ways, in shared company, I guess. And so the repression of the racism without the elimination of the racism from the cultural conditioning made it so that the racism drives everything, because as Jung says, the things we repress come to control us. The things we hate in ourselves, we see in other people. And so all of the displacement of their shame, their guilt, their emptiness gets placed onto the other. And in this case, it has been done to them intentionally by Reagan's Southern strategy. And then it's just all the contextual stuff, like how he announced his campaign in Philadelphia, Mississippi, where a bunch of civil rights workers were killed, how he talks about welfare queens, how all of the context and all of the kind of, it's really sick stuff. But I mean, what the Southern strategy worked, it turned the Republican Party into the Confederacy. Obviously, that's what we're living in. The new Confederacy brought to us by the cultural condition.
It worked, but you got the Black bootlick lady. Oh no, it's about the conservative values and the values. What are you talking about? What world you living in, moron? Shit. Wish I could bubblegum your ass.
Strategy, I believe, begun by Nixon, perfected by Reagan, and that was the true Reagan Revolution. It was the backlash to the Civil Rights era. It's morning in America.
It was perfected through Reagan. It started with Nixon and that one. Of course, Atwater worked for Reagan too. It was really perfected when you get to Reagan. And everybody knows Reagan destroyed America, you racist bastards. Reagan fucked you. No other country's fucked up because of your Reagan. And everybody knows it now, you racist motherfuckers. Your racism has now fucked you. Their love of this no good racist ass, no good fake ass actor destroyed the country. Everybody knows it. And it's because Reagan was openly racist. Openly racist with his racism shit. The black welfare queen riding around in a Cadillac, all this old crazy shit. Talking about how these dumb African niggas, poor bastards, don't even wear shoes. He said these Africans. Reagan said these dumb Africans don't even wear shoes. Over in Africa, but we made them whole. He said we made them whole presidents of countries. These dumb niggas don't even wear shoes. Reagan was so racist and crazy. Racist.
Didn't happen. Civil rights era, nope. It's morning time. We're looking forward. That shit that happened in the dark, that's not real. And that's what it is. That the Reagan Revolution was actually repressing our cultural memories and refusing to deal with our shame and guilt directly and pushing it all down into the shadow.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. What's the label?
What is up, Joby? What is up? Type to say Ronald Reagan. Say Ronald Reagan is the begin. Ronald, Ronald. RONALD. Ronald Reagan. REAGAN. Or EN, whatever. Ronald Reagan. Say Ronald Reagan is the beginning of the end of the American dream. Your racism, morons, that's when you start fucking taking all your industries to China. Reagan. That's when you get your fake trickle-down economics, all based on racism. And everybody knows now that it was Reagan that started to fuck you up. That's why the country's bankrupt and fucked up. Reagan. Go ahead, Joby.
Bad. In fact, there was a moment, and not that America wasn't always this bad. In fact, there was a moment, and not that long ago, when it all worked, mostly. From 1965 to 1972, America hit its peak. One job could pay for a home, a car, a college, family vacation, because wages rose with productivity. Working class families built real wealth. Though that prosperity wasn't for everyone, it mostly served white men. Still, for the first time in U.S. history, laws were being enacted to include everyone. And it was by design. It was a shift from extractive to inclusive systems. Inclusive systems share power, voting rights, unions, strong public investment.
And they didn't want to.
Medicaid.
Exactly.
Pell Grants, all launched in those years, and a 70% tax on the ultra-rich.
Now pause that. Remember, everybody's now being inclusive after the Civil Rights Movement. So black, everybody's being inclusive. And the white people said, hell no, you dirty niggas. Supposed to be us, you niggas supposed to be sucking dick on the side of a corner in a shack. How dare you get some shit? Get a car, have a house. How dare you? So you get their racism subconsciously or consciously. They like to say, no, white people like to play they stupid. We didn't know it was going to happen. You know, you knew you was racist. And all these racist ass policies that take from everybody. You just didn't realize eventually you taking everything from everybody was now going to be taken from your stupid white ass. And you were going to be in a car talking about, oh, I'm living in my car. Things are so hard. Things are so hard. Because the shit you did here. Go ahead, Joby.
And there's more about this today at culturalperspective.com. Inclusive cultures build systems where effort leads to reward. You work hard, you rise. But extractive systems flip that. They reward wealth and not work. And they silence opposition. They rig the game against you. In 1981, Reagan cut off the upward spiral. He slashed the top tax rates from 70 to 28%. He crushed unions and he empowered the wealthy. And ever since, America has become richer while Americans have become poorer. And the Republican motto, Make America Great, is apt because it excludes Americans, the people. Now, real wages are flat, inequality has exploded, and voting restrictions are rising. And Trump is bankrupting the country. So the question for America is, do you want to revive the cultural prosperity or keep the culture of extraction? Because you voted for Republican extraction. And now that you have it, you have to support it and have to complain about it.
It's based on racism.
Trying to change it. Just so you know, it won't fix itself.
Meaning to tell me our government has secretly been trying to keep us backing down. It would.
Man, when I tell you guys, Reagan makes my blood run cold. When I went back and I looked into this guy's presidency, and we could start talking about crack cocaine, we could start talking about why we're paying for
at the beginning of the end.
For school, for colleges, why so many whys.
All that shit was free.
He is the beginning of what is happening in America today, and I keep saying that.
Pause that. Yeah, everybody know. Pause that. They know that. He's the beginning of everything. That's the beginning. Open racism in your face, and you voted for shit to destroy the country now. You voted to ship your jobs away. You don't got no jobs. You shipped the where you remember. You didn't want niggas to have school. Remember, school back then was free. College was free. The majority of colleges were free. Reagan started that when he was the governor of California because of the Black Panthers having free college. He said, no, if niggas get free college, no one gets it. Remember, college in America was free. You could go to college on little to nothing. Now you can't afford the shit today. And then you do go to college, you can't get a job because all your jobs are gone. To China, Vietnam, or wherever the fuck they're at. That's under Reagan. And you believe that shit because you came with racism. Came with the racism. Oh, I want these niggas to have jobs, health care. Remember, you couldn't get health care because of what? Because of niggas. You don't want niggas to be able to go to the hospital. So nobody should get it. If niggas can go to the hospital and get treated, that's not good. So America doesn't have health care because of niggas and your racism. Everything why this country's fucked up is because of racism. Go ahead, Joby.
Problems before segregation, all of that. Guys, I'm talking on an economic level. The American dream, he deaded it for.
Yep, they got it.
Working class American. By the way, please go back and watch her video because she goes in depth, and let's give her flowers for doing so. There's another creator who's also doing a whole thing on Reagan, but I have been talking about this man for years. And please, guys, do your research. Because if you want to talk about evil and the devil, he is it.
The happiest countries in the world, most of them are democratic socialist systems, such as Norway, such as Sweden, such as Finland. What do all those countries have? Right. They have safety social nets. They have healthcare. They have education that's free. They have strong labor unions. They also tax the wealthy. The boomers are the last generation that lived in that type of system, minus the healthcare. After World War II, labor unions were very strong. Education is heavily subsidized or free. Right. And the man who destroyed everything, I would say 65% of today's problem can go back to Reagan. Ronald Reagan.
Ah, you didn't think I knew that.
Ronald?
Y'all didn't think I knew that.
Before he was even president, in the 60s and 70s, he was governor of California.
He's fucking California, exactly.
California resonates with so much hate for him.
Yeah, he's fucking up California. Exactly. He was fucking up California first before they made this handkerchief head cracker the president of the United States, because they were grooming his no good ass. Remember, Reagan's a moron. He was groomed. Go back and understand it. He's groomed by racists. He was already a racist. And so imagine him in California, especially to the heights, beginning of the Black Panther movement. Oh, no. These Black Panthers feeding black people educated? Hell no. We don't want no niggas educated. College gonna have to cost money. There ain't no more free shit around here. So that's why California is fucked up today. You can't afford to live in California. It's fucked up because of Reagan. Way back then, California is effed up. I was a kid, I know all this baby grew up in California, right? But Now the whole country's fucked up, and you can trace it back to Reagan, unless you're a moron. Remember, I'm just a kid when Reagan's president. I'm just a kid. But I know how to research and trace shit back. Like, oh, this shit started under Reagan. Yeah. What you living today, the despair, the impoverishment of the country. Remember, you didn't need a damn good job to own a house and a car in America before Reagan. You could be working at Popeyes and get a fucking house and a car and live a decent life with no education. All that shit changed because they told the white man, you niggas are getting it. How did these niggas getting decent lives, having jobs and cars? Yeah, we don't want the nigga to have it. Let's vote against it. College? Why are niggas getting college? Let's vote against that. Go ahead, Joby.
What was going on in the 60s and 70s? Vietnam. Who's on the forefront of the anti-war movement? College students.
Right.
So college students in California are protesting the war.
Protesting is too smart.
Education is a privilege. So he laid the foundation, what we know today as student loan system. Before that, it used to be heavily subsidized or free.
It was virtually free. That is well because of the Vietnam War. Because remember, that's when we had a draft. I said that we have a draft today. The country would blow up too. A draft to go fight Iran and Israel. But the country's dumber now. And they did up for the same way they do in Africa with the school fee shit. It's easier to control dummies. That's why most of America are full of dummies. The majority of people in America are fucking stupid and dumb as dirt. The majority. And that's what Reagan and the rich said. Oh shit, these kids are protesting our policies like the Kenyans are in the street protesting. We gotta dumb them down. We gotta make sure they can't afford to go to school. We gotta dumb them down. Go ahead, Joby.
He's been making them all radicals. Higher education is a privilege. The whole shift started with Reagan, and then it spread like wildfire to the rest. And now it's the student loan system we have today. Also around the time of the civil rights, when black people start getting rights. It all coincides. The next decade, he becomes the president. What does he do? He goes after the labor unions. He destroyed so many different labor unions. Not only that, Reaganomics comes in, trickle down economics. He was the one who really started off the tax cuts for the wealthy.
He wasn't the one. He was their puppet. Reagan is a puppet that they put in there. He didn't know shit. Reagan's a moron, right? Like Trump. Reagan's an idiot. So it's the Rothschild family putting this no good motherfucker in it and using race, right? So, like they said, he starts to trickle down shit. And they start dismantling what the unions that gave you fair wages. You had to have decent wages for a decent day's pay. You had to be able to survive. So all the company couldn't give you $2 to work 24 hours, right? You had to have decent wages. Remember, they told you that was all bad. They told the white people that was bad because niggas were in the union. You got niggas getting good jobs and making good money. And every white person, hell no. But dummy, aren't you in the union too? Aren't you getting decent wages? Yeah, but I don't want no niggas to get it. So they start dismantling the unions and saying that that's when you get a reversal. All the people, the CEOs, start making all this money and paying their people nothing. People working 3, 4, 5 jobs. They fucking live in a house. They live in an apartment. You're backbreaking. You can't afford to send your kids to school now because what? The price is too high. So this keeps control of society. But they don't, that white people are so racist, they don't look long term and think that they know 40 years, it's going to destroy the country. They don't think that. All I know is that nigga won't get it. I'm going to live good because I'm white. I'm white, god damn it. And they're going to fire these niggas before they fire me. So eventually you don't realize, eventually, stupid, all your jobs are going to go. All your jobs are going to be non-union. And you're going to be in the same place as the niggas. Sleeping in your car, all fucked up, can't afford to eat groceries. But you being white, you never had to go through shit. So now you being in that situation, your whole system is fucked up. Black people used to struggle. You're not. That's why you're going crazy. But you got to blame your parents. Their parents put you in this fucked up situation. Your parents all voted for Reagan. That's a fact. Jordan white people all voted for Reagan. And Reagan was openly racist. He like Trump. He might have been worse than Trump. Reagan was openly racist with that ass. I was a kid and knew he was openly. You like, God, this motherfucker racist. Reagan was openly racist. And you white people loved him for it. Openly racist. I think Trump might be a little more nuanced. We know Trump is racist and shit, but Trump may be a little bit more nuanced. Reagan's racism was in your face. Reagan liked to call you a nigga out loud. Filthy nigga. Right? So Reagan was openly and then Risley, Reagan's youngest son, told you, yeah, my dad was very racist. Yeah, we think we didn't know that? Yeah, his youngest son, Michael Reagan, yeah, my dad was racist as shit. Yeah. That's Michael Reagan told you his dad was racist as fuck. That one that became a reporter. He said, yeah, I still love my dad, but he was racist as shit. Like it was a damn, like it was a discovery for black people. White people knew Ronald Reagan was openly racist. That's why they loved his ass. And they still love him today. And he's the one that fucked them, right? He's the one that fucked them in their ass with no Vaseline. Reagan fucked them in the ass with no Vaseline. Right? That's right. Oh, go ahead, Joey. Go ahead.
50s, 60s, wealthy, they paid their taxes. Yeah. So, like I said, the boomers are the last generation of the work hard, you get rewards. So, so you can go to college, you can raise a family, you can go on vacations a few times a year, you can buy a house off one income. Boomers were the last, and we're not even taking consideration inflation. Now add inflation to the mix. Get a degree. Get yourself up by your bootstraps. They were the generation where they had a low barrier entry to capital. A low barrier to entry to capital. Nowadays, our generation, we're the most educated generation out of any other generation. Have the least amount of wealth.
I was say, but we fucking poor.
The least amount of home ownership. So the system that they taught us has been failing.
So okay, let me go to the comments.
Go ahead, Joey.
Senior shout on Sankenon, Joe Mosquito, shout to Light Too Long, Jibba Jabba. Everyone with us on the chat, hope you guys are doing amazing today. I also see we have Ascended Master. Hope you guys are doing great. Sister Michelle, Karibu Sana, Byron Scott.
Ascended Master, damn. Where'd that Negro come? We ain't seen that Negro like in 5 years. You still out there in Las Vegas, brother? Ascending into poverty? Watch yourself. Go ahead, go ahead. Somebody said, what? Ascended Master, you've been so gone so long. Joby don't even know you.
How would he be ascending in poverty? That's crazy. Don't ascend in poverty for that.
You got it. We're all in this economy, Joe. We all ascending into poverty. Shit.
Hey, I'm not ascending in poverty.
Go ahead.
I feel sick. But I speak
for yourself. That's what's I got to do. So say speak for yourself. That's what's up.
I will. But I see Jibba Jabba Ali was saying caviar with a side of chitlins. Ew. What the hell? Why would you eat that? Damn. And also says shrimps are the roach of the sea. I know most of the people say that, but I still love me some shrimps. Jason,
you're not going to get Joby to change what she like, kill goofy Negroes.
Jason also said earlier, I still eat greens with a dab of butter, but a little sugar, a little bit of sugar. You're like Keith, that's given.
Yeah, some sugar. Who said that, Jason? Exactly. I can't eat grits. Most people like to eat it with just like pepper and some butter, or dry like Joby eats that ugali shit. I got to have some sugar, and I got to have my little not runny. I don't want them runny, but I got to have them. You know, not hard.
Yeah, soft.
Go ahead, Joe, you got it.
Soft, but also
soft.
Jibba Jabba says you get whipped for catching Masa's fish. Oh, And I also see he also says just googled the mosquito fleet. That was the basis of the opera Porgy and Bess. Good one. Okay. And shout out to the
I didn't know that. That was a movie. Yeah. Porgy and Bess. Okay, yeah, it's like a black movie back in the days. I didn't know that. Okay, go ahead.
Shout out to the Royal Constrictor as well. Says Karibu. Jibajaba also says gas prices at the pump in Iran top up to 3. Yeah, I was seeing that video actually. 3 cents per gallon.
They were 3. They used to be 1 cent. I think it's 3 cents now. Now imagine, Iran has had sanctions against them, and fuel was 1 cent. So in shillings, so 1 American cent in a shilling is probably like what, 5 shillings? So imagine gas in Iran is 5 shillings. 5, not 50, 5. Whatever 5 shillings is. 5 shillings, that's a penny. A penny a liter. I was like, damn. That's why they want to take over Iran. Remember, they always want to hack up prices, make people pay more to these conglomerates. But Iran is doing the right by us. Whenever you do right by your people, they're going to come and see you so they can steal your resources. And then make shit like same way it was in Libya. Now gas is high as fuck in Libya. It was like 1 cent or 2 cents over there too. But it's like, I seen a video of a lady on TikTok said, let me show what it is to go to a gas station during the war, how much it is. She said, it's 1 cent a liter. In American money, it's 1 cent a liter. 1 cent a liter? That's a gallon. 1 cent. Damn. So yeah, it's very cheap and affordable. But go ahead, Joe.
And then I also see Jiba says, can you play? Okay, did Sister Michelle Karibu says says horrible times now, burying my sister tomorrow. I'm so sorry about that.
Oh, sorry, Ben. I'm sorry. How was your sister? And can we ask what did she pass from? How old was she?
I hope it's not the organ harvesting you are talking about, Sister Michelle. But I also see.
Well, that's Baron said he buried his sister, not Michelle, right? Who's burying his sister? Michelle or Baron? Or Byron?
Mr. Michelle.
Oh, Michelle's burying her sister.
Yes.
Oh, sorry. Okay, Michelle. How old was your sister? And if I can be not too intrusive, what did she pass from?
Yeah, and also see Jiba says Strom Thamod, Jess Helms, Robert Breed, senators that hated work open.
Hated us to death openly. And they remember Reagan loved they had. That one Reagan's favorite senators, Jesse Helms of North Carolina and Strom Thurmond of South Carolina. Reagan loved, they was in the White House with Reagan all the time.
And he also says Reagan's first campaign stop was Philadelphia, Mississippi, where the 3 men were linked.
That got killed. But with 2 black men and the one cat with the hat supposedly got murdered for just trying to give black people rights. That's why he did it. That's what you call a dog whistle. He started his campaign in Philadelphia, Mississippi, where those black men got hanged for trying to get what? Civil rights. But the Ku Klux Klan hanged their ass and killed them. Nigga, you get no rights here in Mississippi. You're a dirty nigga. And don't you forget it. And where did Ronald Reagan start his campaign? Right there. That was a dog whistle. I'm here for you white people, and I'm openly racist. He's letting you know right there, that's a dog whistle. Start my damn campaign in one of the most racist parts of America, where I know they hung these niggas a few years ago in Philadelphia, Mississippi. Because who the fuck is going to go to Mississippi to start a campaign? One of the poorest states in the country. Nobody. But that was him sending what? A dog whistle. We go ahead, Joby.
It also says they hate Reagan in Pittsburgh offshore rim. The
steel mill. They hate him now, but I bet they hate him now because they destroyed Pennsylvania. You guys know Pittsburgh, where Gibbet lives, was called Steel Town. That's why the team is the Steelers, right? Because that was the base of American steel companies. Was part of Pittsburgh. It was at Bethlehem. That whole region right there used to be the number one place in the world in steel, but they moved all that to China and left everybody fucked up, broke, and butt naked. So white men say they hate them now. They didn't. Now, if I had Joby pull up, did the white people vote for Reagan? I bet they did. Because Reagan didn't lose no Pennsylvania. Go ahead, Joby. I'm going to put up before we leave.
General Moscow says they pretty much shot themselves in the foot, try to suppress black people. And
of course.
Before the 80s, you could raise a family working full-time at a grocery store. And
Yep.
I also see Light Long says, wasn't Reagan involved in the Proposition 13 in California? Not really sure about that. Maybe someone can answer you right here. But I also see Jibba says fired the aircraft controllers was a major shift in labor relations.
Yep, he fired all of them. Remember, they wanted to be paid their right pay. Reagan came in and said, I'm not paying you shit, you're all fired. Yep, because they were working for the union. They wanted the raises of the money that they were expected to get. Reagan said, I'm not giving you shit, you're all fired. And that was the beginning of breaking of the unions, because they never recovered, and they don't make no money today. Reagan came in and fired all of them. So, okay, y'all fired. Get your shit and get the fuck out. Go ahead, Joe.
Zibataba says, for years, recruiters advised us to specialize our talents in 2026. Recruiters say to generalize your talents to be hireable. What the F? And Jib also says Iranians pay zero for consumer electricity. That's
Yep.
what's sad.
Can you imagine that? They paying zero, but they're the bad guys. Same thing they did in Libya. They paying zero. It's like they're paying zero for electricity. Most of their schools are free in Iran. Same shit. Ain't it funny? But remember, they're sanctioned too. They're not even making the money they're supposed to be making because America's sanctioned. Same way they Libya, right? So they're paying zero for education. They're paying 1 penny, 1 cent for gas, a gallon or a liter. So if I fill up 10 liters, 10 gallons, that's 10 cents. Kenya, that'd be what? Maybe 20, I think 5 to 1, so it's like 20 Kenyan shillings for 10 liters. So I'm not paying, so Iran's the bad guy. Got free school, they got health care that's free, right? Free health care, free school, cheap gas, and no electricity bill. That's why they gotta destroy them. I mean, they can't have a system out like that existing. They can have that out there existing. They gotta have everybody all fucked up with their system of stealing money, taking money, high electric bills, high fuel costs, high school costs. Africa's like almost straight rape. High damn school fees, not for college, for regular school. Like what? Fucking crazy. Go ahead, Joey.
All right, let me play these videos you've requested. Then
So I posted about white folks on food stamps, and one thing I kept seeing was that welfare was created.
it was did white people vote for Ronald Reagan, right? That's what you wanted.
Yeah. I want you to do a stupid thing to Jibba Jabba State. We're gonna prove white people voted for his ass. They're not angry. They might be angry now. They weren't angry. They daddies weren't angry when they voted for his ass 40 years ago. So put this up, Joe. So say did Ronald Reagan win Pennsylvania twice? That's what Jibba lives. That's what Jibba lives. State of Pennsylvania and Pittsburgh is there. So say did Ronald Reagan win Pennsylvania twice? He won that shit overwhelming.
Pennsylvania. Pronounce
Yeah, they say Pennsylivia. I don't know. It'll start spelling it for you once you say Pennsi or SY. Know that shit, Jibber Jabber. You live there. Ain't nobody spend no Pennsylvania.
What if I told you one election in 1980 didn't just change politics, it completely shifted the direction of America overnight?
I just tell you, ask Google. I want you to
in real.
I want you to do no video, but yeah, I just tell you, ask Google that shit.
Oh, okay. Let me
Right.
see. So, Google.
Yeah, just get the answer. Say, did Ronald Reagan win Pennsylvania twice? You know he had to run twice to serve for 8 years. I know he won it. What's the county? I should say county. What's your county, Jibber Jabber? What's the county of Pittsburgh? What county? I don't live in Pennsylvania. What's the county of Pittsburgh? What's the name of your county?
Minutes twice.
Say that Ronald Reagan went Pennsylvania twice. I know he did. He won that
Yes.
shit overwhelming. Yeah. So see, so now today, Jibber Jabber's telling you that all white people are mad. But they were so mad they voted for his ass twice, Joby.
Yeah, mad.
We're so mad. They're only mad now because he took away their damn jobs.
I didn't do it, but we're gonna wrap it up with this
Sure.
video of what is happening with Iran and Trump and all that. So
Donald Trump extended the ceasefire with Iran because the
Oh,
U.S.
no.
is
Now, wrap it up with the video I sent you, Joby, on my other phone. Wrap it up with that one. It's a Lego one. So that's them using our culture too. It's almost like a gospel R&B song.
Last week, Donald Trump said, we're going to have a deal signed by the end of the weekend. When that didn't happen by Monday, he said, we're not going to extend the ceasefire deal. If nothing is signed, we're just going to start bombing again. Well, guess what happened today? An extension of the ceasefire deal. And why issue an extension to the ceasefire deal that was meant to expire today? Because U.S. missile stockpiles have been depleted because of the war in Iran. We're literally running out of weapons. According to a new analysis from the Center for Strategic and International Studies, the sheer scale of Operation Epic Fury's air and missile campaign has left incredible gaps in the U.S.'s munition reserves. And here's just some details on the depletion levels. Patriot missiles, almost 50% of the total stockpile has been depleted. THAAD missile interceptors, more than half of the inventory has been expended. Precision strike missiles, more than 45% of the stockpile is completely used up. And if that's not enough, CENTCOM has confirmed today that we are rearming, retooling in preparation for continuation of the war. Now, Iran previously rejected ceasefire negotiations, saying they don't want a temporary ceasefire. They want a permanent end to the war. And any ceasefire with the U.S. is just going to be used as an opportunity for the enemy to resupply and attack again. Well, it looks like Iran was right because CENTCOM Commander Admiral Brad Cooper said, we're rearming, we're retooling, and we're adjusting our tactics, techniques, and procedures. There's no military in the world that adjusts like we do, and that's exactly what we're doing right now during the ceasefire. Because this isn't an actual ceasefire, it's an opportunity to resupply. But the only reason they need to resupply in the first place is because of how poorly they strategized in the first part of this war, that nearly half of our weapons stockpile is depleted. This shows incredible weakness on the US's part right now.
With just a few hours left till the
U.S. Navy just got chased out of the Persian Gulf by drones, and the most powerful fleet in human history is now regrouping hundreds of miles away, trying to figure out how to go back. Here's what happened and why it changes this war completely. The United States Navy seized an Iranian cargo ship in the Gulf of Oman, a commercial vessel, under what Iran calls an illegal blockade. And Iran did not wait for dawn, did not wait for diplomacy. Within hours, the response was already in the air. Watch this.
Amid escalation in tensions, Iranian forces launched drones towards U.S. warships following an attack on an Iranian commercial vessel in the Sea of Oman.
Iranian forces strike back with drones targeting American naval assets in a rapid retaliation.
Some more news coming in. Iran now claims retaliations has hit
U.S. ships with drones.
That just happened, in real time, in the world's most strategically important waterway. And here's everything they're not telling you about what came next. This was not a warning shot. This was a full saturation strike. Iranian attack drones, variants of the Shahid series equipped with advanced swarm logic, came from 3 directions simultaneously. From the north, hugging the Iranian coastline to mask radar signatures. From the east, using civilian shipping lanes as cover. And in waves, not designed to destroy the ship in one strike, designed to empty its magazines first. The U.S. warship's Aegis defense system lit up with hundreds of targets at once. Each American interceptor missile costs over $2 million. Each Iranian drone costs a fraction of that. The warship fired until its vertical launch tubes ran dry, and then the drones found their mark. The ship wasn't sunk. What happened was arguably more humiliating. It was disabled. Explosions across the flight deck, at least 2 heavy helicopters destroyed in the open, turned into burning wreckage. The vessel went dark and sent out a distress signal that froze every commander at CENTCOM. And then the U.S. military did something nobody expected. They ordered a tactical retreat. Every ship in the area instructed to break formation and steam at full speed toward the Red Sea, putting as much geography as possible between the fleet and the Iranian coastline. The most expensive naval force in human history, running, from drones that cost less than a single F-35 fighter jet. Now here's the geography that makes this so devastating. To reach the relative safety of the Red Sea, that disabled warship has to sail hundreds of miles around the Arabian Peninsula, past the coast of Yemen, another active front in this war, through the narrow Bab el-Mandeb Strait. It is a long, humiliating journey, and every mile of it is visible to the entire world. But Iran wasn't done. While the U.S. fleet was retreating, Iranian naval units escalated mine-laying operations across the strait. Small, fast boats, nearly invisible on radar, seeding the water. And Iran has already admitted it cannot find all the mines it deployed, which means the U.S. Navy is now facing a clearance operation in shallow, narrow waters bordered by the Iranian coast, working essentially blind. You cannot bomb mines out of the water. You need specialized sweepers, and even then you are guessing. Meanwhile, the political damage inside America is compounding everything. Trump's approval rating just dropped to 37%. Only 1/4 of Americans approve of his handling of the Iran war. 61% say, take no further military action. That includes 1/3 of Republicans. And the generational shift is even more dramatic. 3 out of 4 Gen Z Americans now sympathize more with the Palestinian side than the Israeli government, a number that has never been seen before in American polling history. Iran controls the air above the strait with S-300 Russian-made systems and domestically developed air defense batteries now positioned along the coastline and the strategic islands. The message from Tehran is clear. Come close and you will be met with fire. The U.S. fleet is currently regrouping far away, licking its wounds, trying to figure out how to re-enter a battle space it no longer controls. A drone swarm that cost a fraction of a single American interceptor just chased the United States Navy out of the Persian Gulf. The blockade that was supposed to be maximum pressure on Iran has produced something nobody in Washington planned for. Iran
I said you can't use a blockade. Can't use a blockade with goddamn outdated strategies from the 20th century. Can't have big ass ships sitting off somebody's coast when they can just bomb the fuck out of it now. And you're gonna run out of missiles to protect yourself. You're gonna run out. You're gonna run out. So as you run out, they're gonna just keep sending drones at you and blow your ass up. So a blockade, which is an act of war, you shouldn't be doing it. You know, America, they don't care. We're America, we're white people, we're gonna do it. So you're getting your fleet blown up, right? Because you can't do a blockade on anybody no more. Those outdated strategies don't work no more. Because you're in a different age, different technology. Can't do that shit from the 20th century. It's the 21st century. So you can't do the same shit you did just 30 years ago and expect it to work because technology has changed. And shout out to Iran that had their kids in school creating new. This is all Iranian technology. This ain't been given to them from China. This is their shit that they developed because they knew they were gonna have to develop, and they knew them people were gonna come see them. So 30 years of training their children to make technology that's going to defend them. And so America's outdated. That technology, you can't just be having these big ass lumbering ships pull up out somebody's coast and say, yeah, we're blockading you. And you're going to do what we tell you to do. That would work 30 years ago, not today. Don't work today. It'll work against Venezuela, who didn't take the time to build no damn military for themselves. Some moron didn't build no military. If you got people that know you coming and they take time to build shit, no. And you use an old, outdated ass strategy, using aircraft carriers and battleships. That's the 20th century technology. That's World War II shit. Are we still using World War II strategy in the 21st century? That's World War II strategy. Hey, morons, it ain't World War II no more. It ain't the 20th century, it's the 21st century. So that's what you find out. You spend all this money on these weapons and shit, they're all outdated. I'm just building drones to blow your ass up. So shit. There you go, Joe. Yeah, play that. Here you go. That's fun. Now, what you guys listen to this is Iran again, using Black American culture to convey a message globally. This is crazy. But go ahead, Joe.
We do not hate you, people of the West. We see you through the smoke of what they call progress. We have watched from across the ocean, from behind their walls. And what we see is a people who deserve better than what rules them. This is not a war cry. This is a wake-up call. Open your eyes, brothers and sisters. The hands that wave your flag are not the hands that hold you. Listen. We love Americans. We love your soul. The land of dreamers, the brave, the bold. But something sits on top of you.
You guys know what y'all listen to? It's like some R. Kelly shit.
In your children's blood, like a game. We love Americans. Oh yes, we do. But the ones who speak for you don't speak for you. Wake up, before the morning's gone. They built the cage so slow. You thought it was your home. Yeah, they hand you left and right like two halves of a lie. Different faces, different voices, same agenda inside. One wears a blue suit, one wears a red tie. But behind closed doors, they shake hands and divide. The taxes from your table fund the war you never chose. They name it liberation, but it's oil. Everyone knows they call us terrorists on the television screen, while the real terrorism wears a suit and gets a pension in a dream. They sell your children futures built on manufactured debt. Then send those very children off to wars they'll soon forget. And when the coffins come home, draped in stars and stripes, nobody on that podium is losing sleep at night. The media machine spins before the body hits the ground. A new enemy is needed every time the power come down. We watched it from Tehran, from Kabul, from Baghdad too. The ones they demonize were people just like you. They said we hate your freedom, but your freedom is our dream. We read your constitution, we know what those words mean. It's the ones who wrote the speeches and then buried what they said, who turned that sacred document into a tool of dread. We love Americans. We love your soul. The land of dreams. The brave, the bold. Something sits on top of you. Dressed in your name. Spending your children's blood like a game. We love Americans. Oh yes, we do. But the ones who speak for you don't speak for you. Wake up, before the morning's gone. They built the cage so slow. You thought it was your home. The billionaire who funds the law and writes the law himself. The farmer.
Okay, so that's it, literally.
That's it. Okay.
many of them bumping. I love the beats personally. They're just so awesome. Like super, super, super awesome. But we're gonna wrap it up there. That has been our time today, family. You guys have enjoyed. I see Jiba Jaba says US is low military grade TNT. The main source is from Russia. The irony. And says also audits the Defense Department. This is a very
You're never gonna audit. That's the scam. That's the scam. Remember, all our money goes to this. Because we pay all this money doesn't mean we got a better defense. All our money, all our tax dollars going to what? The wealthy. It's almost like a laundering a scam. Because they're not making better weapons because you see they can't even beat Iran with old outdated ass shit we're using from 20th century tactics. So all our money's going to these defense contractors, making them billionaires. And the scam is that they're making good weapons that we don't even need. And to have these weapons going means you must have what? Eternal wars everywhere. You're always going to have wars all everywhere. So these companies can get billions of dollars. Everybody's about, I want to make $1 trillion, $1.5 trillion budget. Military budget. When we get our roads are fucked up. We got no good schools no more. Can't pay for schools. Can't pay for hospitals. Can't pay for shit. Can't feed nobody. Everybody's struggling because all your money is going to the wealthy. That's the scam. But the white man, he's the one voting for the shit. You tell his dumb ass, hey, stop voting for this military shit. Well, I gotta protect them. We gotta be, it's about our power. White people gotta be powerful. We gotta have power and kill people. Well, you can't even wash your own ass because you can't afford toilet paper, stupid. I don't care. It's crazy.
Much love. You have a beautiful rest part of your day.
Much love, family.
Tomorrow, same time, on different sessions. So kindly, if you can, download the app on the Google Play Store for you to be able to catch up with me tomorrow on the Culture Show. We do music every Thursday. That is from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. That is from probably midday you guys time to 2 p.m. you guys time, whatever the time is on your end. So ensure you download the app. You can catch up.
Download the app at Black Eye Network on Google Play Store. Here you go. Get to see Joby. Get to see Joby get mad about the South Africans.
Very, but yeah, much love, family. Have a beautiful rest part of your day. Stay safe and see you tomorrow. Peace and out.